Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles at Great Millstone who taught me his truth, and a sincere Shalom out there to the elect, teaching his truth in all honesty and sincerity in these last days. Alright, the 144,000 prophets and the 1/3 of the righteous men, women, and children in the nation Israel. Alright, this is a World War III update. The Spirit and Power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I got a couple articles that I'm going to go into. And, we'll just pull the scriptures up as the Spirit reveals it, okay? Now, this is from the Wall Street Journal, okay? Because as you look into what's going on around the world, right? You have, for the past few years, actually, you've had China and Russia getting real cozy together to try and usurp America from power. Okay? And they've been careful with how they've been doing it because China and America have a very intertwined economy. Okay, they're known as their economies are known as being connected at the hip. Okay, so one nation cannot jerk the other too much. Okay, we have Trump with all these tariffs, and China and America making their plays in the Middle East. Okay, because the Middle East seems to be the big battleground because of energy, okay? Because of energy, and it's because it's the center of the world, okay? And all this stuff with the coronavirus and Trump blaming China for this virus, okay, because it's brought down the American economy, and it's brought down the global economy, and it's kind of let China move ahead of everybody. Well, we're at the point where this new world order is about to come about, and America is running out of time to bring China down, okay? Because they're getting too powerful. The U.S. dollar doesn't have the dominance in the global financial markets that it used to have. Okay, so on and so forth. Okay. So as of late, a few days ago, you have this deal going on with the U.S. and India. Okay, and a new defense deal. Okay, and it focuses on teaming up against China because China and Russia have been having a lot of turmoil against each other as of late. And as we hey, this whole geopolitical stuff is very complicated, man. It's very complicated, man. It's very complex. Okay, America's losing a lot of their old allies, or their alliances with certain nations aren't as strong, primarily with certain EU nations. Okay, because heck, even just 10 to 15 years ago, America and Europe had a very, very close relationship. Okay, on all fronts, militarily, economically, so on and so forth, politically. Okay, but that seems to be suffering a little bit of a tearing apart. As of late, as of the last few years or so. I'm going to read this in the Wall Street Journal because this war is happening on all fronts, man. It's not just military, it's also politically as well as economically. Because I got an article that I'm about to get into about digital dollars coming in 2021 because China just launched their gold-backed digital currency. Okay? And there's a lot of rumors about what digital dollars are going to be backed by, okay? Because they can't keep them fiat. They can't keep it fiat, okay? Because the petrodollar is on its way out because oil doesn't have the dominance that it used to have. All right? So this is from the Wall Street Journal. Pompeo touts U.S.-India defense deal with an eye on China. The agreement, known as BECA, gives India access to advanced American map and satellite imagery. Okay? So they're going to be getting intel. Increased U.S.-Indian military and strategic cooperation will help the two countries manage China's growing influence in Asia, top U.S. diplomats said Tuesday. Okay? Because China's getting, China's just getting too powerful, Our leaders and our citizens see with increasing clarity that the Chinese Communist Party is no friend to democracy, the rule of law, transparency, nor to freedom of navigation, the foundation of a free and open and prosperous Indo-Pacific. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo told reporters after the two countries signed a landmark defense agreement. We stand shoulder to shoulder in support of a free and open Indo-Pacific for all. Because this is getting interesting, man. You have China making all kinds of threats against Taiwan, and Taiwan buying all kinds of American weaponry and defense. Okay? So, hey, everybody's getting ready for World War III. And that's what this video is about. It's about World War III. Because all this stuff is leading towards World War III. Particularly in light of increasing aggression and destabilizing activities by China, Defense Secretary Mark Esper said. The agreement will give India access to advanced American map and satellite imagery, enhancing the accuracy of automated weapons, drones, and missiles. The Pact is known as the Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement, or BECA. Mr. Pompeo and Mr. Esper met with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and discussed the importance of ties between the world's oldest democracy and the world's largest one, and how they should cooperate more to battle COVID-19 and promote a free and open Indo-Pacific region. Mr. Pompeo earlier Tuesday criticized China. Okay, and one thing to note is that India borders China. Just those two countries alone, India and China, you have a few billion people. Saying U.S. and Indian officials were cooperating on defeating the pandemic that originated in Wuhan, to confronting the Chinese Communist Party's threats to security and freedom, to promoting peace and stability throughout the region. The Indian side appeared to avoid mentioning China by name, but Subramanyam Jayashankar, whatever that Elamite's name is, India's external affairs minister, said the two sides reiterated the importance of peace, stability, and prosperity for all countries in this region. Okay, because Indo-Asia, that region of the world is real hot right now, man. Okay? It's real hot right now. India fought a border clash with China earlier this year, and Mr. Jaishankar stressed the importance of respecting the territorial integrity and sovereignty of all states. Mr. Pompeo and Mr. Esper laid wreaths at a war memorial in New Delhi to honor the sacrifice of Indian soldiers, including the 20 who lost their lives in a deadly clash with the Chinese troops in June this year. Okay? Slacky, man, my phone's acting up. The United States will stand with the people of India They confront threats to their sovereignty and their liberty, Mr. Pompeo said at a joint news conference with Indian officials, referring to the violent hand-to-hand clash between Indian and Chinese security forces. Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. Think of how many Singhs there are, man. Invited American companies to take advantage of New Delhi's liberalized foreign direct investment framework to shift some of their production and global supply chains to India. Okay, that's a key phrase right there. Global supply chains. Okay? They're moving towards a new world order, man. You know? Each side is trying to get their piece of the pie, so to speak. New Delhi has eased restrictions on foreign investment in many sectors this year, including defense. We aspire to go beyond the buyer-seller approach to getting in partnership with the U.S. in defense and related industries, Mr. Singh said. Let's see how much more of this. This is a pretty beefy article, man. American aviation and aerospace giants such as Boeing and Lockheed Martin have been pursuing business interests in India's defense sector. A couple of years ago, the Indian Air Force initiated the process of buying 110 jet fighters in a deal valued at over $15 billion. See, America, they don't just have a strong military. They export their military technology to their allies, okay? And China hates that. You know? That's America being the hammer of the earth. Okay? It's America being the hammer of the earth. China doesn't like that. Russia doesn't like that. But they do it too. Okay? They do it too. And America doesn't like it when they do it. You know? However, the plan has been put on hold due to adverse economic conditions and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's greater attempts to promote more local manufacturing. The U.S. is looking for better maritime cooperation with island countries in the Pacific and Indian Oceans as China seeks to press its own claims and boost its influence through the Belt and Road Initiative, focused on building infrastructure and trade. After New Delhi, Mr. Pompeo is set to visit Sri Lanka, the Maldives, and Indonesia in an effort to bolster mutual relationships and strive for a consolidated Indo-Pacific against an assertive China. Right, every man, well, hey, just like the scriptures say, right? In Isaiah, I believe it's 13. We just keep scrolling down. Oh man, I went way past. I believe it's Isaiah 13. Right, Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as the chased roe, as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Right, and that's every man turning to their own people, man. All the Elamites are coming together. All the Moabites are coming together. All the Ammonites are coming together. The Edomites are coming together. You know, Jake's coming together. In a way, okay? Ishmael is coming together. You have a lot of these Arabic countries trying to make peace treaties with each other, okay, to unify the Middle East. You know, I mean, we could see an Arabic superstate, man. You know, you have the European Union. Everybody's coming together, man. You know, to get ready for what? For World War III. Okay? Well, let me get that in Joel 3rd chapter. Joel, the 3rd chapter, in the 1st verse. Behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations. Okay? And of course, they're sticking with each other, right? And will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Okay? Now this is Joel the 3rd chapter in the 9th verse, right? Because this is really the point. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, right? Because all the mighty men are getting gathered, man. You know, the spirit of war is in the air. And what's the one nation where it's not, really? Amongst the people, at least. It's America, man. You know, because you American boys, you've been sissified. Okay? You've been effeminized. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Right, so all these nations that aren't necessarily very strong are all banding together. Just like it says that every man shall turn to his own people, man. You know, just because you have borders there doesn't mean that it's different types of peoples, right? Assemble yourselves, right, and this is what's going on. Everybody's assembling themselves, and they're creating, what, defense pacts? Okay? Alliances are being made, and they're being broken. You know, defense treaties. You know, countries are buying weapons off each other. That's also part of let the weak say, I am strong. It's not just about, I know that the common breakdown is that it's talking about every nation, pretty much, or not every nation, but majority of nations getting their hold on nuclear technology. It's also about these nations building up their militaries, okay, to be more advanced, okay? Because you have Russia selling their technologies, you have China selling theirs, you have America selling theirs, Europe, okay? That's what beating your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears is talking about, man. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Because all this, at the end of the day, is being coordinated by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, okay? Because these are the last days that this has to happen, okay? It was prophesied to happen. If you want to know more about the roster of World War III, read Ezekiel 38. Okay? Let the heathen be wakened, and I've broken that down plenty of times, man. There's lots of brothers that have broken that down. Because we're living in that time. Let the heathen be wakened. Okay, being what? Wakened for what? For war, for the possibility of war. All these people that run these nations, they know World War III is coming, man. You know, they know it's coming. They're all preparing for it. You know? It's just a little more difficult to prepare now because you know, resources had to be used towards COVID. But oh yeah, they're preparing for it, and they're thinking about it. Okay? Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And the valley of Jehoshaphat is what? Right there in the Middle East, man. Primarily Syria and Iran region. Okay? That's why there's so much going on there. You have, I believe you have, hang on, let me look this up real quick. There's a lot of different I might have to put troops. Yeah, this is from 2016. Okay, you have all these countries involved in this: Australia, Bahrain, Canada, France, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom. And you have Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, uh, and United States. Okay, and then it says Russia. You got Chinese troops there. You got all kinds of different troops there, man. All kinds of different troops from all different nations in the Middle East right now. You know, being gathered. Back in Joel, the 3rd chapter, in the 13th verse. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes, multitudes and multitudes of what? Of different armies, okay? And troops in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. And all it's going to take is the right incident to spark off for all these nations to start fighting each other. Okay? Let's get Matthew 24. In fact, let me get this this next article I got pulled up about digital currencies, okay? Because you have the digital yuan that got launched, and now the U.S. government is getting into it, okay? This is from techstartups.com. The U.S. government is planning the creation of a digital dollar wallet by 2021. Could this be the end of Bitcoin? Well, there's a lot more implications than just Bitcoin, man. You know, China and Russia did not like this. In early March, while everyone was busy talking about coronavirus, and it's going to be easy to push this, man. It's going to be easy to push this. Because y'all remember when you know, it took everybody months to get their stimulus check in an emergency. This way there, they could push for it. They could be like, well, if everybody has a digital wallet, we'll be able to send the money instantaneously in the event of emergency. Okay, people won't have to wait months. People won't have to sit there and wait on unemployment forever for everything to go through. You know, this is pushing what? The mark of the beast system, okay? In early March, while everyone was busy talking about coronavirus, the U.S. Senate quietly introduced a bill to create digital currency accounts administered by the Federal Reserve. According to the draft, the bill will require banks to maintain pass-through digital dollar wallets for certain persons and for other purposes. If passed, all Federal Reserve banks shall not later than January 1st, 2021, hey, that's coming up, make digital wallets available to all residents and citizens of the United States and to businesses domiciled in the United States. The bill, which was introduced by Senator Brown Sherrod of Ohio, describes the term digital dollar as dollar balances consisting of digital ledger entries recorded as liabilities in the accounts of any Federal Reserve Bank. According to the bill, the term digital dollar wallet means a digital wallet or account maintained by a Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any person for the purpose of holding digital dollar balances. Okay? One step closer to what? The mark of the beast, okay? Now, they're not saying that you're going to have a chip to have this. It's one important thing to note. This This is to push the mark of the beast system, okay? Not the chip itself. It's to fade away from cash. Okay, it's to fade away from cash, man. And eventually, once everybody gets on this system, they probably will force the chip or push it. Okay? You see how they start with the credit cards, and then they start with the banking on the internet and people purchasing everything on the internet. And then they go to, they start making all these digital currencies. And they start, everybody's paying with their phones. You know? They do things in steps like that. If the proposed Senate bill passes, member banks will be mandated to open and maintain pass-through digital dollar wallets for all persons, including persons eligible to receive payments from the United States pursuant to a federal law relating to the coronavirus disease, COVID-19, who elect to deposit funds into pass-through digital dollar wallets. Okay, because what you have is you have every nation giving out payments, or a lot of nations giving out payments to their people every month through this coronavirus problem. Okay, except the United States, everybody got pretty much one check. But when they move to this digital dollar system, everything will be much more streamlined. Okay, and the people will see it as a good thing, and then that's just more the reason to introduce the chip, to take it to the next level, man. Because cash will be phased out, and people will pretty much won't have much of a choice. Okay, this also allows them to track everything and to tax whatever they want. Okay, and it gets rid of a lot of underground stuff. The concept of the digital dollar wallet is not new. It has been going on for years. Okay, that's important to know. And it's heavily rumored to be backed by silver at some point, okay? The idea started to gain steam after the U.S. Federal Reserve started investigating the use of distributed ledger technologies, or known as DLT, and how they might be used for digitizing the dollar. They might be used, in early August, Federal Reserve Board Governor Lael Brainard said the U.S. Central Bank has been experimenting distributed ledger technologies over the past several years to study what a digital currency might do to the existing payments ecosystem, monetary policy, financial stability, and the banking sector. At the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco's Innovation Office Hours, this didn't come out right. The bill further adds that the proposed, because I'm not even going to read that. I'm not even going to try and read that. The bill further adds that the proposed digital dollar wallet shall provide functionality and service levels no less favorable than those that the member bank offers for its existing transaction accounts, including with respect to debit cards, automated teller machines, okay, or ATMs, online account access, automatic bill pay, mobile banking, customer service, and other services, as the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System determines appropriate in the public interest, provided that digital dollar wallets shall not include overdraft coverage. Okay? Unlike charges on traditional bank accounts, digital dollar wallets will not be subject to any account fees. See, this is other, they give you perks. Minimum balances or maximum balances, and shall pay interest at a rate not below the greater of the rate of interest on required reserves and the rate of interest on excess reserves. So what does it all mean for Bitcoin, the world's most popular cryptocurrency, and other digital currencies? Currently, some of the big obstacles to Bitcoin's mainstream adoption are volatility and lack of government backing. The proposed digital dollar will have none of these. So the question is, how will this affect the future of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies out there? Are they doomed to fail? Okay. Now this is a shot to China, man. Let me get this in Matthew 24. Then I'm going to wrap up. Okay? This is Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right, we've been hearing of wars and rumors of wars, okay? But the end is not yet. You know, we know it's coming soon, but it's not yet. Alright? For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And we could tell that we're entering the beginning of sorrows, man. You know, people are losing their minds right now. Okay? They're losing their minds, man. They're living in poverty. Okay? There's no so-called hope for the future. You know, people are losing their so-called liberties and freedoms. And it's only going to increase, man. You know, it's only going to increase. But the point of this is what that we're moving towards a new world order. We're moving to the mark of the beast. We're moving to World War III, because nations are rising against nations, and they're doing everything in their preparation to move towards this new world order, man. And they know that World War III's got to come. They know that it's got to come, man. That the chess pieces are being put into play. All right. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Till next time, Shalom. Peace and blessings to the elect.